Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 4. And today we're returning with two absolutely massive games as we take on the Magpies and the Blades, both at Craven Cottage as we close out the January transfer window, with Fulham now in the relegation zone. Before we get to the games though, shall Fulham have been getting on off camera to lead us to the relegation zone, and also a new signing in January as well, but don't get too excited. I'll explain in a minute. Also in today's episode, the highlights are going to be quite laggy as well, so apologies for that. I don't know what causes it, because the first 3 episodes of this save were fine. I couldn't believe how the 3D replays were so smooth, but I don't know what causes it, but apologies for it anyway. They will be quite laggy today, so an old school docs feel today. But yeah, in last episode you saw our 1-0 defeat away at Molineux on Boxing Day, then the really frustrating 1-1 draw at home to Liverpool, where we were seconds away from our first goal with a save until Harrison Reed gifted the Reds a leveller. Following that, we entered the January transfer window. We played 4 games, and as you can see, the winless run continues. 4 straight losses for Fulham, including the exit in the FA Cup third round as well. So we started off with 2-0 loss away against Spurs in a London derby. Not a real surprise though. I once again played the gegenpress like we used against Liverpool, but in this game didn't put up a fight at all. Reguilon made it 1-0 then 11 minutes after the restart. Gareth Bale on loan from Real Madrid doubled it for Spurs to stay 1 comfortably. And following that, a 4-2 loss away at Aston Villa in the FA Cup third round. I actually picked quite a strong lineup for the game as well. I said I'd field a weakened one for it. I picked a strong lineup because I thought with our league form being so poor and us about to enter the relegation zone, we could do with a distraction. So I picked a strong lineup, and we actually played really well in this game as well. Lookman gave us the lead before El Ghazi equalised, and Bobby Reed put us back in front before the break. So leading at half time, but such a frustrating game, man. Barkley levelled it for Aston Villa once again, so we surrendered 2 leads in the game. And we went into extra time in the game. We hit the post. We had a penalty disallowed through VAR. And then, wouldn't you just know it, 3 minutes of extra time to go. Bertrand Traore puts Villa in front for the first time. And then in stoppage time, extra time, Tom Davis in from Everton wrapped it up for Aston Villa to send us packing in the third round. One of those games where it's like FM is just not on your side at all. And following that, back-to-back defeats in the Premier League. First 5-0 at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Twice we've gone to Manchester and been beaten by 5 goals to 0 by both City and United. Yeah, 5-0 in this one. Cavani with a brace and Greenwood with a hat-trick in this game as we were comfortably beaten by Solskjaer's Red Devils. And our final game off camera, I thought this was going to be the one where we would get back on track. 2-0 loss at home to Aston Villa as we looked for revenge but didn't get any of it. Second half goals for Bertrand Traore and Ollie Watkins as Aston Villa beat us for the second time in a week. So yeah, 4 straight defeats out of the FA Cup, and as I mentioned earlier, into the relegation zone. It was going to happen, it was inevitable, we were just delaying it for as long as we could, but Fulham's slide sees us going to the bottom 3. Sheffield United only 9 points on the board at the halfway point, still winless in the season as well. It's going to take a lot if they're going to get themselves out of the relegation zone, but it's very, very tight right now. You can see just 5 points separate 19th West Brom to 14th place West Ham, so that's the only good thing about it. Right now there's lots and lots of teams that are still around here, and whilst we are in the bottom 3, there's many teams we could drag into a relegation scrap. Though I will say this, I can't see Everton and Wolves being in this bad form for so long. Wolves also have a game in hand as well, so you need to keep that in mind. But yeah, the biggest concern for us this season has definitely been the goals we conceded. 5th worst defence in the division so far, and if that doesn't pick up and we don't start picking up clean sheets and most importantly points, I don't think we're going to get out of the bottom 3 for the whole of the second half of the season. Now, the reason I said don't get too excited about the new signing, by the way, is because I've kind of made this signing for next season, if you know what I mean, because maybe I'm being a bit defeatist, maybe I'm being incredibly pessimistic, but I think we'll probably be in the Championship next season based on how poor our form has been, and I can't see it changing anytime soon. So I brought in Pelly, Ruddock and Panzu from Luton Town for a very cheap deal of just £1.2 million with clauses could reach 1.4 mil, I believe. So it's a very, very cheap transfer there. Ruddock and Panzu is just all about energy, he's all about hard work, and this is what we're going to need if we go down to the Championship for next season. Players on, very, very low wages. So our wage bill isn't going to get massacred like it has been this season. Players with a lot of energy, a lot of hard work. You see the free stats there: 16 determination, 15 teamwork and 17 work rate with 15 natural fitness and 16 stamina. This guy is just a really great physical and mental player. So he's my sort of player, as you know. And yeah, we snapped him up on a really cheap deal, and I'm happy with it as well. Look, I can't see this guy getting many minutes in the Premier League, but again, it's a signing for next season, because if we do go down to the Championship, I alluded to it in the series opener, Lamina's not going to come back. Zambo's gone. Harrison Reed is probably gone. Loftus-Cheek ain't coming back. So we need to assemble a core that will stay with us if we do get relegated, like I mentioned in episode number 1 of the save. So yeah, it's a signing for next season, really. It's a long-term replacement for the likes of, again, Lamina, Zambo, and Reed if we do end up going down, which is very, very likely indeed. And again, the point is, yes, we're in a January window, but for 6.7 mil, or about 8 million we had when the window started, I mean, is there a player we can sign for £8 million that's going to save our season? Let's be realistic. Nobody that good is available for that cheap of a transfer. So, yeah, in that regard, that's why I haven't really splashed my cash and gone, all out, gung-ho, trying to, find a diamond in the rough, a miracle that can keep us up. Because, quite frankly, it's just not out there. We've got to build for the future and be sensible with our finances due to how bad Fulham's wage structure has been. So, yeah, Magpies, first of 2 games today. And this is a huge run for us as well here, because if we can't beat the Magpies and Sheffield United, we're in trouble. Our next 4 fixtures, Newcastle, Sheffield United, Brighton and Crystal Palace. We haven't lost to any of those 4 teams. If we can't pick up at least 2 wins out of 4 in this run here, we're definitely going down. No doubt about it. No pressure. So 4-2-3-1 control possession style of play. I love it, okay? I love this tactic. It's my sort of tactic. Love watching us knock the ball around, and I prefer if we could score a few more goals and give a few more clean sheets. Areola's in goal, but for his Robinson, Anderson, Tosin and Connor Roberts with Reed and Zambo through the middle. Cavalier on the left, Onomah on the right, and Kenny supporting Bobby Reed. Not been as good recently. Red arrows is never good to see. I need this guy to start banging him in again. On the bench, you've got Rodak, Hector, Brian, Tetty, Lamina, Ferguson, Loftus-Cheek, Lookman and Mitrovic as well. First of 2 massive ones today. Gotta win at least one of them. Come on, Fulham, we need this. Hands on hips, we could climb out of a relegation place with a win, so I'm expecting nothing less. Nothing less. Come on, man. We've got to win this. We won at St James's Park. And again, Sheffield United right now, rock bottom. We've got to win this game. Or the Sheffield United one. If we can't win at least 1 of the 2 today, just put us in the championship now. Manquillo's cross. Wilson turns in from close range. It's been 42 seconds. Just relegate us. Honestly, just relegate us. It is over. I mean, I know we're literally just entering the second half of the season, but this run of form has been absolutely horrific. Winless in 10. I think, we've only drawn, 1 game out of that run as well. It's just not good enough. Reed, you got to finish, and he does indeed as well. That ball looped up in the air from Kearney, and Bobby gets his 12th for the year. If we are to stay up, it depends on the form of Bobby Reed. Fast start to the game here, 14 minutes in, another highlight. Coming to Fulham, Josh Onomah skips over the halfway line. He's got Connor out wide. He's a master of crosses, but instead plays it infield to Kearney as we patiently look for an opening. Robinson's out wide, and he's found him as well. Good vision from Harrison, unlike in the last episode. Robinson, Reed, yes! Get in! This dude is the best striker in Football Manager. No cap! Harrison Reed has put his glasses on today, picks out Anthony Robinson for the hockey assist as the American whips it in. Bobby gets his 2nd in 14 minutes and puts us in front. 15 minutes, 3 goals. What a start. But considering how poor our defence is, I'm not entirely sure we're going to be leading for too long. So we're approaching the break. We're still leading by a goal. Everton are in front of Molineux, which means that with us winning right now, we will exit the drop zone, though Wolves, of course, still do have the game in hand. There's a free kick right on the edge as well, and Tom Kearney's got a wand of a left boot, and he's fired that one wide of the post. Hit the target, test the goalkeeper at the very, very least. But that'll do it for the first half, as things stand still in front, and as things stand going out of the bottom 3. Come on. Come on, no, it's been 11 minutes since the second half began. Don't concede early. Wilson denied. Great block by Robinson, and we'll get it away. We've got to be so much braver defensively in this one. As Kearney slides through Reed for the hat-trick. No, blocked by Manquillo and cleared. There's another goal in this one, but who's it going to? Magpies going for it now, really keeping us under the cautious. Anderson clears, but we can't get out of our half right now. That leveller is coming, surely, for the visitors as Fernandez plays that wide to the Spaniard. Manquillo shut down, but still has room to cross. Good block by Lookman, but wins it straight back. It's coming, and there it is. Ryan Fraser turns in. It was coming. It was coming. We can't defend. 2-2. 8 minutes to go, and there's still going to be a chance or two, I think, for someone to win this game here. But if Newcastle win it, I'm going to cry. Bobby Reed on the ball. Takes over the halfway line and finds Ademola Lookman. Down left-hand side, off the bench. Lookman, oh, Don't screw me over again, VAR. That's got to be a penalty. This time you better award it. We had one chalked off in the FA Cup defeat to Aston Villa that probably would have won us the game. Don't you screw me over again. Yes, come on. Who's taking it? It's got to be Bobby for the hat-trick, surely. Bobby, I've got total confidence in you. Yes, come on. Back in front. Perfect hat-trick for Bobby today as well. Just saw it flash up in the bottom right. Right foot, left foot header. And Bobby Reid is Fulham's saviour once again. 5 minutes. Don't you dare throw this away again. Come on, come on. I swear the lag is making the seconds go slower. But come on. Surely. Come on, ref. Where is that final whistle, mate? There it is. Yes. Goodness gracious me. 10 games without a win. We've won today against Newcastle. My word, did we need that. Well done, lads. Your performance has moved us out of the relegation zone. We're out of the bottom three after a couple of games in it. Absolutely buzzing. Oh, a nice little achievement down there, but no, I can't. Can you get rid of it, though, because I want to send the assistant to the... Thank you very much. And there we go. Out of the bottom three. But Sheffield United scored a winner at Turf Moor. They're trying to climb and rise from the dead. Leeds thrashed Southampton as well. Results didn't really go our way today, other than the baggies getting thrashed. But you know what? We won ours. That's the most important thing. Out of the bottom three. This dude is just unbelievable, though. Bobby Reid. I mean, seriously, the unlikely hero of this Fulham team at the moment. How many goals has he got now? It's 13 in 17 in the Premier League for Bobby. I tell you, that the only chance we've got of staying up depends on Bobby Reid keeping himself fit and in form. If he gets injured, we are absolutely screwed. I'm also bloody annoyed about that Sheffield United win at Burnley as well, because that means they'll have more confidence and their morale will improve as well heading into our game with them. That was their first win of the season, and typically it comes right before our game with them. Thank you very much, Football Manager. So heading to the game, thankfully Man City just thrashed Wolves at Molineux, so that was their game in hand there, and that also worsens their goal difference too. Don't know why Wolves have struggled so much this season, but heading into the game then, of course we're not going to make any changes to our lineup whatsoever on the back of the win against the Magpies there, and thus this will be our team once more, as hopefully we can record back-to-back victories just a second time this season. So once again, Areola's in goal, but for us Robinson, Anderson, Tosin, and Roberts of Reid and Zamba through the middle, Caballero and Onoma on the wings, with Kenny supporting that man, Bobby Reid, up top. Come on, son, another hat-trick today, please. On the bench, Rodak, Hector, Brian, Tetty, Lamina, Ferguson, Loftus-Cheek, Lookman, and Mitrovic as well. Second and final one today. If we can make it back-to-back wins, I'll be feeling a lot more confident. Come on, Fulham. I love this hands-on hip stance. I don't know why. I think it's my favourite one out of the lot so far. We could drop into the relegations with a defeat, so I'm expecting nothing less than a win. I tell you, man, I said, you know, this run of 4 fixtures, we've got so many big games to come in this second half of the season. I mean, obviously, plus a really difficult closeout for the season as well. This is probably the most important run of the campaign. If we can win 3 of the 4, that would be huge. And I mentioned it a couple episodes ago. These are the games we need to win. You know, we're taking on teams that are below us in the table, and there's not many of them. We've got to target the wins and go for all 3. So far, yet to get a chance though, and the first highlight coming to the Blades. Zambo heads away to throw, but it'll drop straight to Oliver Norwood, and if they go in front, with Billy Sharp, denied by Areola. Come on, Fulham, get going. I've got to shout to these boys. I've got to shout. Come on, boys. Fire them up. Fire him up, let's go, let's get some chances. What's going on? I haven't had a shot yet, it's been half an hour. Wow, it's taken 21 games, but there is our first in-game injury. What a streak of games without an injury. Josh Onoma going down, potential foot injury. I'll bring on Lookman for him. Our inside forwards this season just haven't done it for us, and that's such a surprise as well. I really thought Onoma, Lookman and Caballero would be really impressive, but instead they've done very little and contributed very little as well. It's half-time, it's still 0-0. Got to get a goal, lads. This has been poor. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased from what I just saw, because I am. These guys are bottom. They've only won once all season long. Let's get a move on, guys. In fact, what I'm going to do real quickly is up the tempo in the second half and see if we can play at a higher pace and put them under a little bit of pressure. Keep the ball on the deck, though, and let's see if that could help us. Come on. Maybe we're just being a bit too laboured in possession. Maybe that's why. Or maybe my tactics in general just are absolutely terrible. I mean, who knows? Who knows? As Zambo heads it on and Caballero gets it on the deck and beats his man down the left and steps in field. Come on, Fulham, you've got a man out wide there and look, man, off the bench. Good first touch. Beats Ender Stevens. Ramsdale turns it over. Much better, much quicker. That's better. That's what I think I should have started the game off doing. Much higher tempo, much more urgent style of play. Half an hour to go. Would I take a clean sheet and a point here against the Blades? I mean, really, we should be targeting all three, but it will give us a 4-point gap on Wolves. So even though they got the game in hand, if they were to win it, we'd still remain outside the bottom three. I don't know if I'd be satisfied with a point, really. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go, and there is a highlight, which is going to come to us, I think, as Bobby wins it back. The nerves right now as we're passing the ball between one another inside our own half as Mitrovic finds Robinson. And can we get a chance to win it? What a ball by Kearney. There's no one in the box for Anthony. But he's beaten one. Oh, Mitrovic off the post. Ah. Mitrovic off the post. Gutted. About 2 inches separating us from an additional 2 points. Gutted, absolutely gutted, so close to back-to-back wins. It's good to get a clean sheet considering how poor defensively we've been this season, but mentioned it before, these are the games here. We've got to win these ones, man. We've got to win them. Thankfully, I think fixtures and results around the ground went in our favour. Everton beat West Brom, so they're still going to be struggling. Chelsea thrashed West Ham, as we know. Man City thrashed Wolves as well. And unfortunately, Arsenal couldn't beat Leeds, but it does mean that after back-to-back games without a loss, Onana was out for 3 to 4 weeks, it does mean... I did not know that. I should have known that. Lamina's 3 games away from his loan deal becoming permanent. But surely we can just cancel the contract, can't we? Like, surely once the 6 million fee gets agreed or, triggered, surely I can just cancel it. Because I don't want to be paying 65 grand a week to Lamina in the Championship next season if we go down. But you know what? Right now, as things stand, we're not on course to go into the Championship because we're outside the relegation zone after back-to-back games without a defeat. 4 points clear of Wolves. They do have the game in hand. Even if they win that, we'll still be outside the bottom 3. It's very tight indeed. But as things stand, we're doing enough. For now. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And we'll return with games against... I really want to play that Everton game there. Because that could be huge at Goodison Park. And maybe Arsenal as well, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have a think. We'll come back in the next episode anyway with 2 massive games, I'm sure. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series. It's getting tight now. Very soon.